Listen, your dad has a special place in all of our hearts. He's such a legend, a living legend.
Yes, he filmed the first show, George Lopez, right next door.
George Lopez is her father. This is insane. So, growing up, like, under him, did it have any perks to come along with it?
Oh, it did. Not some negative ones. Maybe when I write a book, I'll come back and we'll really talk. But yeah, no, probably my favorite one was, it was right when Justin Bieber One Time came out. Imagine it, 2009. I was a teenage girl, and my dad had his talk show, Lopez Tonight, and he was performing. And he started singing out, going up the stairs, and I was there, and he put his arm around me, and he sang to me.
Oh, my God.
And I was just dying. And I love looking back at it now, because it's just, oh yeah, see? Arrow in about...
The fact that you can look back at these things.
3, 2, and you just...
You better count it down. She said 3, 2. What were you thinking in this moment?
I was just screaming. I was dying. Because I knew him from YouTube. And I absolutely, you know, yeah, exactly. See, if I saw him now, that's how I'd still be. That's how I'd still be.
I can imagine.
Yeah, I had a hat of his that he signed, and he was so lovely. And he didn't know that I was his daughter, so I saw him backstage, and he was like, "You," and I was like, "Me."
Yes. So you were cool all on your own.
I was trying to be cool, and then I screamed like that back in the car. So,
listen. So it marks the 20-year anniversary since your dad got his kidney transplant. Wow, the second chance at life. You were really young at the time.
Yeah,
what do you remember?
I was about 8 years old. My mom donated a kidney to my dad, and it was a 1 in 6 million chance that a married couple would be a match, and they were a 100% match. And it was the greatest gift of love that I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And I'm like a huge advocate for organ donation. Like, be an organ donor. It's just a little dot on your driver's license, and it can save so many lives. And doing this show with him, I have a greater understanding and gift for him, because he was doing his first sitcom when he was sick. And now doing it with him, me doing it for the first time, I'm like, he did this with 20% kidney function.
Right.
Like, it's just, he was already a very strong man, but it helps me understand him as a man and as an artist even more. Like, he kept pushing and pushing, and that's like what I loved about him so much.
Yes.
And so I'm just so grateful.
Yes.
I joke, maybe I want your opinion on this, but I joke with my therapist that I was like, my parents are divorced, and I'm like, well, in a way, they are always together. You know? And my therapist was like, oh, Mayan. Like, oh, you poor thing.
That is hilarious.
Yeah.
But I love your sense of humor, and you followed in your dad's footsteps.
Oh, yes.
You have the show Lopez versus Lopez, which is amazing. It has such a powerful message. For those who haven't seen it, can you tell them what it's about?
Yes, so Lopez versus Lopez, we're now in our 3rd season.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. A Latino show, you know, going into the 3rd season. It's loosely based on my real-life relationship with my dad. Mayan and George, they were estranged for many years, but the pandemic brought them together, and they're kind of relearning each other as adults, and it's with all the pain and the love in between. We cover mental health, you know, addiction, things that were prevalent in our relationship, and now they get to figure it out and, you know, accept and love one another for where they are now and where they can grow.
That is powerful.
Yeah.
Let's get back to your dad. Like, so he's saying this may be his last show and stage performance as well. What do you think of that?
Unless he gets bored of golf.
You think he'll change his mind?
No, you know, I have a feeling that this might be his last. I think it's his last. You know, my dad's been doing stand-up since he was 17 years old, so he's been doing it for almost 50 years. And I'm just so, we were at the Emmys together.
Awesome.
I'm so incredibly proud of him and the legacy that he leaves behind, and how hard he has worked. And he has a special out, and he did it at the Dolby, and it was sold out. And just, he stood there, he's like, this is how you remember me. And he hit his pose.
That's chilling.
And everyone just screamed. I just started crying. I kept picturing him picking me up on stage when he was I was a baby. And, you know, he's going out on top. And I'm like, you know, well done. I get to now enjoy you, and we get to celebrate you.
That is beautiful.